Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's not a big week, but as always there's lots of great stuff to talk about. Let's talk about Tom King, who co-won the Eisner for Best Writer this year because he writes a little book called Batman. It's the latest issue of that guy, second issue of the latest arc. I would highly suggest picking up all the trade paperbacks and whatever current issues you can and catching up to the recent issue. This really is one of the best books in comics. It really is a highlight run for Batman, which says something for a character that's been around for 80 years. You're probably already reading that, but you might not be reading Mr. Miracle. It's another book he does, another book he deserves Best Writer for, another all-time great book. Certainly worthy of the original Kirby run, which is another amazing compliment. So you really need to pick up all the issues of Mr. Miracle. If you already have them, then you need to reread them and catch up to the latest one. Because, I mean, it's just packed with awesomeness. And while we're talking about Darkseid, here's Harley Quinn out there on Apocalypse. Speaking of Batman and Darkseid and whatnot. Nightwing rounds out your Bat stuff for the week. One of my favorite Bat titles, one of my favorite Bat characters. And Deathstroke versus Batman, since you just can't seem to get enough of the Caped Crusader. Justice League number 5. Okay, take a minute and soak in that cover. Look at all the evilness and awesomeness of that cover. If you're not reading Justice League for some reason, this is the issue you need to jump in on. You really don't see Luthor and Joker teaming up too much for, well, a number of reasons, which will probably become obvious as the book rolls out. Definitely got to be reading Justice League these days. Adventures of the Super Sons. Don't want to say too much about this in case you're not caught up with the current super stuff. You should definitely be reading or have read Man of Steel 1 through 6 if you are a follower of the Super Sons. The current series, or previous series I should say, has ended. This is a 12-issue mini that's going to be rolling out for a while. Fun stuff there. Everybody loves Damian. Green Lantern. Good stuff. Hal Jordan coming back to the fore, getting his own title very soon from our man Liam Sharp. And the Green Arrow starts a new arc from the Benson sisters this week. Great time to jump into Green Arrow. Curse of the Brimstone and The Unexpected are your New Age of Heroes books for the week. A lot of cool stuff going on with these New Age of Heroes books. Whole lot of different things to choose from, so go to the DC site and check out all that fun stuff. Shade the Changing Woman is your Young Animals book of the week, and Injustice 2 is your video game DC tie-in for the week. No Vertigos to talk about, so if you're a Vertigo fan, it's a good week to catch up on all your other stuff. Great week for the Marvel guys. This is Infinity Wars number 1. I'm sure you picked up Prime last week. If you haven't, you need to pick up Infinity Countdown 1 through 5 and choose the Infinity Countdown crossover of your choice. But there's a lot going on in this Infinity stuff, as always. I always say Marvel does a good job with their event stuff. I know folks are get event fatigue pretty quickly, but like I say, the Infinity stuff's always fun. Captain America. It's always my Marvel book of the week. Check out how awesome that cover is. Second issue of the latest relaunch. Good stuff there. Ant-Man and the Wasp is your last Avengers-related book for the week. And it's a good week to be an X-fan. Astonishing X-Men is the non-color related X book. It's kind of the one I've been following most and has the most going on. If you're not reading Astonishing, the second volume trade is out this week, so you can grab the first couple of trades and catch up to the recent issues. X-Men Gold and X-Men Gold Annual. Your other couple of hot X books for the week, like X-Men Blue and X-Men Red. Hunt for Wolverine Weapon Lost is one of your many Hunt for Wolverine titles. Though they're all very short, they're all just like 3-issue minis. This will all be turning into one more one-shot, and then the return of the classic Wolverine. And Weapon X rounds out your X-Men / Wolverine books for the week. Say it's a good time to be an X fan. Immortal Hulk. This is a book we've been talking about on the podcast. This is a book everybody's been talking about. If you're not a Hulk fan, or if you are a Hulk fan, you definitely got to be checking this out. It's a very new and interesting take on the character. Don't want to say too much about it. The first print of #1 is long gone, so either grab a new printing or wait for the next printing. But you really want to check this out and catch up to it, especially if you're a fan of horror comics or some of the darker genre stuff. Like I say, really new and interesting, cool take on a classic character. Deadpool and Ben Reilly are your red shirt guys for the week. Ben Reilly's been surprisingly popular, so if you're a Spider fan, that one might be flying under your radar. You might want to check that out. Cosmic Ghost Rider. The last issue of this totally exploded. The reprint has already sold out, so I hope you're already following this. You've been reading Thanos. You definitely want to be reading Cosmic Ghost Rider because that's super fun. Death of the Inhumans is your other Marvel mini for the week. I think the title kind of speaks for itself. Marvel Rising, Miss Marvel and Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is your fun and good times book for the week. Because everybody loves the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. And a couple of Star Warses. Star Wars, the main title, the cool Vader cover there. And Last Jedi #5. Always encouraging you guys to check out all the cool things Marvel does with their Star Wars stuff. And what a great week for all the other guys. You know, on these small weeks, it's really a good idea to save a little budget for an indie title like Seeds. Been talking a lot about Karen Berger. This one's written by Ann Nesenti. If you're an old school Daredevil fan like me, you love Ann Nesenti. If you're an old school Vertigo fan, if you're a current fan, you know Karen Berger got into the Hall of Fame this year. Good stuff there. Xerxes from Frank Miller. You don't see too much from Frank Miller, but this is the last issue of his 300 prequel. Got all 5 in stock if you get here fast. Quantum Age from Jeff Lemire. Just to show you there's more to Dark Horse than licensed property kind of stuff. All kinds of cool things like the Berger books and Xerxes. And a great week for Image. Walking Dead and 7 to Eternity are a couple of your favorite Image books. Stray Bullets and Spawn are a couple of my favorite Image books. Paper Girls is one of the new school Image hot current classics. And Leviathan is your first issue, gotta have it Image book of the week. Like I say, great week for those guys. Red Sonja and Project Superpowers are my Dynamite books of the week. You know, I love me some Dynamite. Go-Go Power Rangers is your Boom Studios book of the week because you guys love the MMPR. Star Trek Discovery is my IDW book of the week because IDW does a great job with all kinds of different Star Trek stuff. The Prisoner is my Titan book of the week because The Prisoner is awesome. If you love the show, you're going to love the book. If you don't know about either one, you should check out both. Fathom is your Aspen book of the week because Fathom is like one of their most classic titles and has a new jump in. And Aftershock, Animosity, and Dark Arc are a couple of books from a company called Aftershock that we don't talk a lot about, but again, this is a good week to check them out. And it's a great week for the all ages stuff too. Every time I show you this, you're already singing the song. And Steven Universe, because you love Steven Universe. And this one is a cool odd-sized format all ages book. Everybody loves odd-sized format all ages books. And speaking of odd, how about some Mad Magazine? Rounded out with a little comedy. Whole new, brand new Mad Magazine going on these days. Fun stuff there. Everybody loves Mad. Whew, what a week. That's a lot of great stuff. And I want to say that it's our birthday today. Happy Sweet 16 to Black Cat Comics. We got all this started back in 2002, and we're celebrating our 16th birthday today. That's, I don't know, super awesome for us, and we're really happy about that. And to celebrate, we're launching an all-new, brand-new online store from Shopify. Go to black-cat-comics.com, click on Shop. Check out all the cool stuff, exclusive merchandise you can only find on the web store. Whew, so much fun, I'm running out of breath. That's all I got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com. Check out our Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com. Just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rock and Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.